Hi guys, how do you go from $0 in your bank account to a six-figure portfolio after losing your job at 31 years old and a 4-year career break? And this portfolio was not built up by having a high-paying salary. In fact, the salary that was earned during that time was actually lower than the median salary of a fresh graduate. We are all told the same story growing up. Study hard, land a stable job, and climb the corporate ladder. Do that and your life will be secure. I believe that too until everything fell apart. Just 3 months after landing what I thought was my dream job, a regional role with a good salary in a huge MNC, I was laid off with just 1 month of compensation and that was it. Schools teach you valuable things like how to think critically, solve problems, and give us the tools to enter the working world, but it often doesn't prepare us for the messy, unpredictable part of adulthood. Like, what do you do when your income suddenly disappears and you have bills to pay? How do you rebuild your financial foundation from zero when everything falls apart? And to be fair, maybe that's something that a classroom cannot fully teach. Maybe it's something that you can only learn by living through it. For the first time, I'm going to share my story of how losing my job forced me to rethink everything I believe about success. How I spent 4 years on a career break that drained almost all my savings, and how I slowly rebuilt from $0 to a six-figure portfolio in around 3 years and 8 months. And if nothing else, I hope that this shows you that even if you are starting over, it is possible to turn things around. To be honest, it actually took me 5 years of creating content before I found courage to share this. It still scares me because it's real, it's personal, and it hits close to home. If you ever felt behind or it's too late to start over, I get it, because I have felt that too. In this video, I'll share the 3 things that helped me get back up after being laid off and the exact moves that helped me rebuild my finances from scratch. This is my first time doing an honest money story, so hit the like and subscribe button and come along on this journey. Without further ado, let's go! I followed the Singapore playbook perfectly. Study hard, get a good job, move up the corporate ladder, get paid more, rinse, repeat. As you can tell from my content, I love traveling. So in my younger years, I thought, why not find a job that lets me travel for free? I was always envious about friends who traveled for work. You know, like free flights, business hotels. Looks quite fun, right? Then I got there with this job. 4 work trips later, I understood why all my friends who traveled for work hated it. Jet lag, fatigue, missing dinners with friends, skipping family time. To be honest, traveling for work isn't glamorous. In fact, it's quite exhausting. Then one day I received the news that I was being laid off. In what was supposed to be the prime of my career, I was suddenly jobless. You see, I have seen my father go through retrenchment in his 50s, but I never thought that it would happen to me in my 30s. The company even gave me 6 extra months to find something new, which was generous, but I still spiraled. And for me, losing a job isn't just losing a paycheck. I didn't realize that it was also a bit about losing a part of my identity. I felt embarrassed, ashamed, and not good enough. So if you've ever been through a rough patch like this, you know that it isn't just about losing your income, it's about questioning whether you are enough and having a lot of what ifs and fears. Looking back, these were the 3 things that helped me through this season. The first one is exercise. I forced myself to move even when I didn't feel like it. During lunch, I'd squeeze in a 30-minute workout, 15 minutes shower, and 15 minutes to grab a quick bite. It wasn't just about getting fit. It was for that dopamine release when everything felt uncertain and depressing. The second one is support. Not everyone understood, and that's okay. Some people just didn't know what to say. But talking to someone safe really helped a lot, because shame grows in silence. Sometimes just talking things out or writing them out helps us see things clearer and get better perspective. I know it's hard, but it's still helpful. The third one is savings. I was thankful to have an emergency fund already in place. The emergency fund helps to create breathing space for us to think clearer instead of panicking. Even though I had my investments and savings, during that season I was still scared. Over a period of 6 months, I had time to calm down and I realized that maybe this was a good time to pause and rethink what I wanted next. You see, I had a career, but I wasn't really happy in my job. In fact, I wasn't really very excited to work. The chasing of a higher salary or higher promotion was very meaningless. After a while, it's just a number. I know it's a bit privileged to say this, but it almost felt like I was searching for something more in my 30s. One thing that I didn't like about being a salesperson is that you always have a sales target tied to you, and of course you need to justify your salary. I even had bosses tell me to lie to my customers to get them to buy more, and to me that was one of the things that I really did not like. So in the midst of me rethinking my career, I decided to take a huge leap of faith to go overseas to study. So I sold all my investments to fund my education, and honestly till today it is one of the most scariest and freeing decisions I've ever made. For the first time in years, I wasn't chasing a paycheck or an achievement. I remember thinking, if I'm not my job title, then who am I? And that season away really changed how I saw money. After that 4 years of career break, because I took 1 year of time off and then I did 3 years of studies. And that brought my savings to almost zero. There was really nothing much already. So when I came back home, I was a bit nervous because that was during COVID phase 2. I was blessed to be able to have a role in a social enterprise. It paid less, but it felt meaningful. Imagine my salary now drops by 50% from my huge MNC role. I'm trying to make ends meet by saving a lot and trying to get the best bang for my buck. It also helped that it was during COVID period, so life was quiet and we couldn't go out social gatherings, so we don't need to spend any money. I tracked my expenses, kept everything simple. If I did spend, I would try to maximize rewards. I didn't have a big plan. I just told myself, start investing first. Whatever you have, just go for it and stay consistent. Quick pause. If you've got idle cash just sitting there, here's one way that I've been making it work harder while I wait for the right investment opportunities. I've been trying out Longbridge Cash Plus. It lets me earn interest on idle funds and at the same time explore their platform. No lock-ins and returns sit around 2.19% per annum right now. Plus, I personally feel that their welcome rewards are pretty solid. When you sign up via my exclusive link below, $18 cash voucher, 6% interest boost coupon, which are exclusive, on top of 6% interest boost coupon on up to $2,000 for 90 days. And that's not all. You will get up to $800 worth of welcome rewards depending on your deposit level. It's simple to qualify starting from just $2,000. All details are below in the description. Now, if you are also planning to trade stocks or ETFs in US, Singapore or Hong Kong, here's something that I like about their platform. Longbridge is currently Singapore's only brokerage offering 0 fees across all 3 markets. No commissions, no platform fees. And yes, it's MAS regulated. So whether you are growing your cash passively or actively investing, the platform gives you both options. The link's below if you are interested. And thank you Longbridge for sponsoring this video. During that time, I had made some really good investments because during COVID, everything was down. Around that time, I started to share credit card rewards on TikTok. So when I did content, it wasn't to get some side hustle business. It was really just to help my friends. And then subsequently, help other people. And I'm really grateful for everyone who has been following and supporting because this community has kept me accountable in my finances as well as to share things that are aligned with my own values. Some portions of my journey was accelerated by the content creation, but I would put in hours on weekends just to create meaningful content. LobangSis is the best thing that aligns with my values because now I get to share good deals with people, and if they enjoy it, they can use my link to support the channel. The best thing that I found about doing LobangSis is that now I'm not subjected to anyone's sales targets, and I really don't have a target. So I guess with the start of LobangSis, maybe it gave my portfolio maybe a 5% jump to push it over the edge. I have shared a video about my latest investment strategy which I started 6 months ago, and that's something that I still believe in today, so feel free to check that out. And if you want an update of my current investment portfolio, comment invest below and I'll do one if many people want it. So looking back, I realized a few things. First, you can always rebuild your finances no matter how far you have gone. It doesn't happen overnight, it's slow, sometimes it might be tiring, but it is completely possible. You just have to start small and give yourself grace along the way. Second, a job doesn't define who you are, but income does give you options. So once I started earning again, that steady cash flow gave me the space to save a little, invest a little bit by bit. And lastly, your lowest moments can be your strongest foundation. That layoff, the 4-year break, that emptying out of my bank account, I think it changed me. I realized that these days it's not really about how much I earn, but if I'm spending time on the things that actually matter to me and whether I enjoy it. So if you're ever afraid of being laid off, or if you've ever been laid off or felt like you had to start from zero, or even feeling that it might be too late or you're too slow in building your finances, I really get it. Where got someone at 34 years old with $0 in their bank account? So I know how it feels like to start from nothing. Well, that was my very raw and honest sharing about my journey, and I hope that that was meaningful for you. If you enjoy such stories, feel free to leave a comment below, or if you really just don't want me to share this kind of thing ever again, please let me know also lah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.